Okay, today I'm gonna make a video because someone asked on Reddit how to make bulkheads. And obviously, a lot of people know how to make these ones, but they're purely decorative. I'm gonna show you how to make functional ones. Keep in mind, this is PC only. You can use them on console, they're not CC. You can download them in any build, but you cannot build them because I do use tool to make them. First, I will show you functionality. This is one with a fence. This is one with doors. You can just click, go there. As you can see, the door opens, sim goes down, sim is in the basement. All right, sim, come up. There you go, door opens, sim comes out. All right, I'm gonna show you how to make them. Of course, the decorative ones are quite easy. You just place down a roof, you place down a second roof, and you place down a third roof. That way you have some variation. You can do it as you please, and you place a shelf somewhere if you want to, just to have like a handle. You can also use a pen or the tree stump decoration just to have something. Now, these ones are a little more difficult. I'm going to show you. First, I'm going to build an actual basement because they're functional. So obviously we're going to want the basement there. Now, I'm going to remove part of the ceiling of the basement. Not all of the ceiling, but in order to actually have this nice and open space under there, I'm gonna have to create a loft over that staircase so it doesn't fill up its ceiling. And I'm gonna do this in advance just because it's a little bit easier. So I'm gonna create with the deck tool 2 tiles of deck. Why deck? Deck does not have ceiling. It's the easiest way to create a loft without building walls. Now, I'm gonna place them right over here and you see that it immediately removes the ceiling. Okay, now gonna place my staircase. There we go. Press Control to have it lower into the basement. Then I'm gonna twist it. And this way I have a nice gap for my bulkhead. Now, again, as with the other one, the 2 sides of the bulkhead are roof. I lowered the eaves on the bottom there to have it nicely stretched down to the ground. Press Shift, extend the lower eave, and leave it at that. Now in the back, you build a half wall. I think this one, nope, this one, yeah. Then you give it the same color as the sides and you give it a nice trim there. Okay, now for the functional parts. You can use whatever you want. You can use like any type of roof and any type of fence. I only have base game, so for me the options are fairly limited. But I think these went pretty well. They integrate nicely with the actual roof. Then place them here. This is also part of the reason why you have to extend the roof a little bit. It's to be able to place the doors and have them be functional. If you don't have half a tile behind the doors, they will not open and close when the sim passes. So this is for functionality also really important. Now, I have the roofs here, and now I have to use tool to basically turn them down inside the hole. So I'm gonna use this one, I'm gonna rotate, I choose this axis, and I think this is -70, yep. This one rotates 70 degrees because it's the opposite way, yep. Okay, there. my doors are in place. Now, the last thing I need to do is fill up this gap in the back here. To do that, I'm going to use another roof piece, and I'm actually going to use a technique I call roof elevation. For this, you need to build a deck or a room. In my case, a room, because I will show you. If you use a deck to do this, let's raise this up a bit. It doesn't really matter because it won't work. Okay. And you try to put this roof over there. Okay. You will see that the walls on the sides come up. It's because both roofs are technically on the ground floor, and if they overlap, the walls stack, so it doesn't look right. So what we're going to do is not use a deck, but a room. This way the roof will be on top of the first floor. As you can see, the roof is not here on the ground floor, it is there on the first floor. It also makes it slightly easier to use the bulkhead because there is a view where the roof is not there, so you can actually click the inside and make it easier for you to get the sim down. Okay, then you drag the roof off of the structure. You have to do that before it comes into contact with the place you want to put it on, because otherwise you get an error. I think it has to go 2 down. If you try to connect them, it doesn't work. It's part of the roof elevation technique. You cannot connect different levels. Now, I will move it in there. All right. And use Alt and drag that arrow down just a little bit to make the edges integrate nicely. You can see it's not exactly the same slope and height. There's kind of a little bit of a gap there, but hey, you have a functional bulkhead, right? It didn't remove the stairs, you can see, so it's fully functional. The one thing you have to be mindful of is that when you use this roof elevation technique, any kind of, let's say, edit you do to the building structure will remove this roof. So please keep it in mind, do it last. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you have fun and create some bulkheads.